Hello, everybody. Welcome back to CCSN Snacktime. Benjamin Parris, Matt Weiss, joined today by the student body president, amongst so many other things at Cherry Creek, Abby Malloy. Abby, how are you?
I'm so good. How are you today?
I'm doing well. You got your swim season over with, and you guys finished second at state, but now you're at home. How's that been?
It's been good. Obviously a bummer in a lot of ways as a senior, but I've been super productive and gotten outside a lot. So yeah, it's just been a nice time to relax that I wouldn't have had otherwise.
We're gonna start back, I guess, chronologically in the winter when you were captain of the swim team. How did swim go, and describe state because that's not something that a lot of people usually go to or know about.
Yeah, so the swim season was really fun. We had a ton of great new swimmers this year, including freshmen and sophomores. And so just a really talented team going into the season. And we worked hard. We all had our eyes set on doing well at state this year. So whether that was winning or just doing well in general was what we were aiming for. And so when we got to state, we there's just a lot of elements that have to go into winning, I guess, because there's so many different events and the point breakdown is kind of confusing. But when we got second, it was super exciting, and that's the best we've done since I've been at Creek and in a long time. So it was a really exciting time for us.
And what a lot of people might not know, unless you look at Max Preps, is that the team's roster is actually huge, and
Yes.
it might only be comparable to football, but football in reality has a lot more people on their roster than they play or even suit up on a Friday night. But so, what is being captain for such a huge team? What's the responsibility like?
Um, I think it was fun and exciting in a lot of ways, but challenging sometimes just because you have to obviously show up to things and be at all the practices and just have a positive attitude when the practices get hard and when um, people are feeling discouraged. And so that was challenging sometimes, but for the most part, it was really rewarding and um, an honor to be in that position for the team. So yeah.
Yeah. I was curious, you've probably been in the pool as part of a swim team. These swimmers, you guys dedicate so much time during the summer. And I loved your post after you finished. I don't remember exactly what it said, but something about hanging up the goggles for good.
Yes.
I mean, what does that feel? I mean, obviously, you swim during the summer, and those are some incredible friendships and huge communities around swim teams in our neighborhoods around here, which is special. But then in the winter, you guys are swimming before school. I mean, your hours are sometimes kind of crazy, and it's the winter time, and you're in the pool. I mean, what did that feel like, having that much success as the culmination of all these years? I mean, how long have you been swimming?
Yeah, so like most of my teammates and the seniors at least, I think a lot of us have been swimming since we were 4, 5, 6, based on kind of our summer league swim teams. And then you're right, as you said, we practice all the time, and so many hours go into it. But finally being done with it now, it is bittersweet in a lot of ways, and hanging up the goggles, but kind of going out on top was super exciting for us. And even though we didn't win, it was such a big win for us as a team because we worked so hard to get there. And I think my freshman or sophomore year, we ended up 8th and 11th at state. And so just the big jump that we made at my time at Creek, and with my senior class at least, I know that it was so rewarding to see all of those hours and years pay off finally at the end.
It seems like so you're obviously home, and this was your year to be the only child at home,
Yeah.
obviously. And everybody's home now, which is spectacular. You have two older sisters. What's that been like? I mean, I know your mom's probably through the roof having all you guys under one roof at the moment.
Yes. So it's been nice. I actually have one sister home at the moment. My other one is still in Fort Worth, Texas, where she lives. But I was home alone for the first 3 weeks of quarantine with my mom and dad, and then my oldest sister has been here for the last week. So that's been super fun, a change of events around here, a lot more exciting. We go on some family walks, and yeah, it's been nice after being alone for 4 years in high school now, kind of having my sister home for an extended period, it'll be fun.
Were either of your other sisters swimmers?
No, they were both Poms at Creek.
That's what. Yeah.
So yeah, what are you guys doing at home? Any good stuff on Netflix right now? Any stuff like that?
Well, when I watched a few of these, I saw everyone said All American, and I also have seen All American, so that's been really good. I kind of watch some random movies here and there, but I'm rewatching One Tree Hill right now. That's on Hulu, but yeah.
So
One Tree Hill. Well, let me make a recommendation real quick. If you're watching One Tree Hill, you should watch Dawson's Creek at some point.
Oh, okay. I'll write that down. Dawson's Creek. I'll make note.
It kind of was before One Tree Hill, but probably the inspiration behind it was awesome.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna keep that in mind. Thank you.
nothing better to do right now.
Yeah. What have you been watching?
Yeah, All American. And
Okay.
I cruising right through it. I think it's been maybe 6 days and I'm halfway through the second season, but it's awesome.
Yeah, so good.
So student body president, how much work actually goes into that? Because obviously what most people see the most of is the outcome, like spirit weeks and assemblies and stuff like that, and then a lot of interaction during like your campaign on Instagram and stuff like that. But how much work goes on behind the scenes? I know Weiss knows about that as like a sponsor, but for you, how much work goes into being president?
I think that I'm a big believer in what you put in is what you get out of anything. And so this year I put in a ton of effort kind of just behind the scenes because I'm super passionate about Senate and I absolutely love it. But just in general, the work that goes into it is for sure a lot more than I think a lot of people see, but it kind of just entailed going to a lot of meetings every week during my lunch periods and talking to administration and then relaying that information back to Senate and then the school. So kind of just a communication aspect of that. And then also just coordinating with other people outside of the school, so like for restaurant nights and Bags of Fun, the nonprofit that we worked with for Power Week and kind of throughout the year. So there's just a lot of little components every day that you kind of just have to think about, but they all come together to make a really awesome year. And so that, along with just kind of like being an example within Senate to be there and want to be productive. And obviously I'm not perfect, no one is. And so it's kind of hard to always do your best, but I do try my best.
What has been your favorite few Senate related moments over the past 4 years?
Oh, wow. There's so many. I would say one of my favorites was, well, just every single year we have Senate Thanksgiving. And so it's like a Friendsgiving, but for Senate. And so even though it's a class period at school, we like genuinely hang out outside all the time. And it's so fun. And so all those are probably my top moments. And then this year at our Power Week assembly, it got canceled, if people remember, because of a snow day, but we kind of pushed it back and then we were able to kind of rearrange some elements to wear orange, and then also just we still raised a ton of money for Power Week, and so that was really rewarding to see all the hard work pay off.
Last school thing I'll ask is Deca National Qualifier, something else that you have accomplished. I'm gonna be in Deca next year because I'll be a junior. But how much fun is Deca? Because I know a ton of work obviously goes into that too. I know a lot of my friends stay up late writing papers, doing their projects. How's Deca, and then how do you manage all this stuff at the same time?
Yeah, Deca is awesome. I love it, and I'm so glad you're taking it next year. And I would tell all incoming sophomores to make sure to pre-reg for that next year. But Deca is super exciting because it is similar to Senate in a way where you are in a class every day and that's marketing. But then outside of class, you kind of put into it what you want in terms of attending competitions, writing a paper, preparing for different events. But aside from the competitions, there's social events, and it's, again, another community within Creek. And I just think Deca is so amazing. The advisors, similar to the Senate advisors, they're just like your family, and they become people that you can go to with anything. And so that's been really fun to be part of through my junior and senior year. And then in terms of balancing everything, I think it's obviously been hard at times, but because I love everything I'm involved in, it makes it not too difficult to be present in the things that I'm doing and work hard towards an end goal. Because if there's an end in sight, you obviously want to work hard to get there. And so over the years, I've kind of dropped a few clubs or like not totally committed myself to different things because they weren't, I wasn't like so passionate about them, but the things I am involved in, I love wholeheartedly, and that's what makes it easy.
Yeah, I'd say for sure, my experience with you, Abby, you said you really worked hard this year. From the moment you walked in freshman year, having a inside perspective of Senate, you were all about it from day one. And the smile that you have right now is a smile that you've done everything with all 4 years, no matter how much stress or the obstacles in your way, which is part of what is so wonderful about you and why, your peers honored you this year to have you serve in this role. But I mean, as a freshman, you were doing things just going above and beyond. And obviously, Creek is kind of in your DNA, having the older siblings who thrived in different ways. But, your passion for Creek, but I'd say in Senate in particular, and how you always bring that positivity. And I think some people at first or freshman year, didn't know if that was authentic or not. But I think 4 years later, your body of work has proven that everything that you do and how you approach it and your positivity is authentic, and it's pretty special. Deca was lucky to have you as well. And Ben, I didn't know you were taking Deca, so they're getting a superstar. Obviously, I'm biased, but they are two clubs that they bring out the best in people, but it is about what you put into it, and you put everything into the things that you care about, and it's been really cool.
Thank you. Well, I mean, sponsors like you make it fun, so the t-shirts are equally as important.
Yeah, at the very least, that's my expertise, is to try to make it fun. I don't know if I have other skills, but I focus on that.
It is snack time, Abby. What do you have for snack this afternoon?
So I have some cashews, and I really love them. I think they're super tasty, great snack. They're good for you.
Weiss, how about you?
Guys have?
I'll let Max go first. Max,
Okay.
What do you have? What flavors?
Cotton candy, cherry, and blue raspberry.
Yeah, tasty. And then I'm going with a banana until I take one of those from him.
Love it.
You're not going to take them.
Yeah, last week, after we finished filming last week, so over this weekend, I made a mix. It's got some raisins, M&Ms, and pretzels.
Ooh, nice.
They all complement each other. Very nice.
Like a homemade meal mix. I love it.
Yeah.
There's something, because if I have food and I'm just sitting doing work at my desk, I'll just eat as much as I can. I was like, I should probably get something maybe a little healthier if I want to binge eat it. So yeah, I mean, I sit at my desk all day. Off that topic, how's online learning going for you?
It's been fine for me. As a second semester senior, if I was at school, I don't think that my workload would be huge to begin with, but with the work I have been given, it's not been too hard, and the teachers are working with the students really well. So yeah. What about you?
Oh, it's going well. I mean, with all the AP stuff coming up, there's still a lot of workload, but I'm holding in there.
You got this.
Weiss, I'll have to ask you real quick about the Bulls jersey. What's the history of the Bulls jersey that you're currently wearing?
Yeah, so right now I'm wearing a Bulls jersey that is way too skin tight. I'm not having a midlife crisis and trying to wear things that are too tight. This was a jersey I got when I was 9. I would go to summer camp with a bunch of kids from Chicago, and this was before you could get jersey. Obviously, there was no online ordering. It wasn't easy to get them. So these kids had a store in Chicago called Campus Colors, and they had all this great gear. So every summer I would come with all sorts of things to trade, and I traded, and they all, since they were from Chicago, they had all this great Jordan gear. So I got a few different Jordan jerseys at the time and have dug them out of some boxes at my parents' the past few years as I prepare Max. You can see he loves having jerseys. He's got his Jamal Murray jersey. So after we watched the documentary that premiered last night, The Last Dance. Did you watch that, Abby, by any chance?
I haven't seen it yet, but I'm gonna get to it.
You heard about it. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, without that much going on in the world, this was the biggest sporting event that we've had in the past month. So it's a documentary that's all about the Bulls and Michael Jordan. And so this afternoon when we had recess, Max wanted me to wear this jersey, and he wanted to wear the dark jersey and play one-on-one. So unfortunately, I lost to him, but the jersey, I'm glad the jersey's knocking the dust off.
Love it.
I know Max got featured on a basketball account on Instagram, and he's like, can you tell us a little bit about that? I'll try to find the video and put it on. But,
yeah, Max, we subscribe to some virtual training thing, gives us some drills, and we did one of the drills one day. It's an Iverson crossover drill, and the coach said send it to him. So I didn't post it, but I sent it to him, and then he posted it. I don't know. It's a double-edged sword. Like, I want Max to be excited about it, but I'm not sure I want him to care that much about it being posted. So it goes a little bit both ways, right?
There's kids at Creek that face the same challenges. So good thing he's learning it now. I'm sure we'll see him inside Kirby Lyle at what we've already seen him there during half times or whatever, but we'll see him suiting up pretty soon.
He wants to show you one thing.
Whoa.
Okay. Are you gonna put on the shorts too, Weiss?
Those will not fit me.
Okay, I'll put them on.
Yeah. So
anyway, thank you, Abby, for joining us. It was awesome having you. This was a really fun episode.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me. I had fun too. Can't wait to see it.
Abby, you've been absolutely, I said it before, but you've been absolutely wonderful for not just Student Senate, but the whole Creek student body. Hopefully, we can bottle some of your positivity and your energy and keep it with us for years to come. But we'll miss seeing you in the halls, that's for sure. Don't be a stranger.
Thank you, guys. I'll miss you too.
Yeah, but hopefully, I know I'll see you maybe riding your bike on
yes.
now soon, but if not, I imagine one way or another at graduation we'll get to hear you speak. So looking forward to that.
Thank you. I'm excited, hopefully. If anyone wants to see me, I will be on the canal every day.
All right, and we'll wish you best of luck at TCU next year.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on.
Bye.